Mortberg and Chase Lawton rounded out the top 10. Next up is Senior 40 BC. Our heat race winners were our heat race winner was Eric Parham out of Illinois in the 6:13, and Tony Pedoni, Steve Nagy. That was second and third. Megawatt, what's happening, Matt Watson?
Am I on?
You're good, bro.
All right.
You're in. All right, so yeah, short-term memory. You got long-term memories, but no short-term memory.
I just walked out there to get my reading glasses so I could read everybody's names correctly and forgot my keys in my backpack.
There you go. There you go. Yep, it's all slipping away. Yep, eyesight, memory, the whole thing. Tony Pedoni, he was second in the heat, but he leads right now on the 429 from Parkland, Florida. Backed by P1 Management is Pedoni, and I'm just going to guess that that's his own company, and P1 is Tony. Hey, Tony Pedoni.
Tony
Security. You want to mess with a Tony Pedoni Security? You want to mess with that?
Hey, Tony Pedoni Security could hire my man, the Hitman.
Yeah.
They'd be perfect together. Absolutely.
Hey, keep it in the family.
Hey, just put the name on the list.
So Pedoni out front after second in the heat race, 41 years old. It's hilarious where I consider these guys old, even though they're actually my age. But I'm an announcer and they're a racer, so they're old for doing what they're doing. I'm young for doing what I'm doing.
And I'm old to start doing what I did. So
yeah, you're just old.
I'm just old, period.
You're just old, period. There's no qualifier on that.
No,
watching Richard Hoy and Matt Powers, that's 294 and 91 in a good battle right here, headed to the sand. Although they moved a lot of the sand to the infield, it was tough yesterday.
Let me tell you something, a totally different consistency, Weech. Had a lot more sugar sand. That stuff was loose, sketchy, and I got to tell you, it didn't change position every lap. It changed position every rider. I can tell you that right now, dude, for sure. You could be looking at that berm and the guy in front of you, and it moved 3 foot by the time you got to it.
I will say, when you're into this 40-plus class, these are probably riders who are pretty handy. They've probably ridden sand plenty of times. In the mini cycles, though, that's where it gets pretty tough, especially in those 50 classes. Watching the 333 of Justin Smith. That's the Honda rider right there. He is making tracks toward the front. And we'll have our result board here in a minute, but I think that might be a new leader with Smith.
Yeah, it looks like a new machine out front, that's for sure. I can't catch the number even on the monitor there.
It's 333. I'm just trying to figure out where they are in track position. Pedoni was your leader early, 294. Now we're watching the 294 of Richard Hoy out of Newark, Ohio.
Hey, Tony here every year, man. Pedoni, that guy here every year. We count on him, man.
Hey,
goes out here, puts in all the laps, does it, makes it happen, and one of those guys that just has more fun than anybody.
That's supposed to be what it's all about here when you come down to Daytona. He is a Florida native, though, so it's just a hop, skip, and a jump for him. Brake sliding that thing up into the berm. We'll see in a minute if it is indeed Justin Smith out of Huntersville, North Carolina. What? That's where I live. I'm going to get some lessons from that guy.
I bet you he moved there to get away from the traffic, too.
Pretty gnarly. Pretty much anywhere you go these days, building out. And watching that 429, that's Pedoni. Got the security, and he needs it because the 613 has caught him. That is Parham. Eric Parham coming all the way from Illinois. And he was the heat race winner. So that's a good battle, I believe, for second right now.
Yeah, Parham, he's always in the mix, man. He does a great job. Loretta's always consistent there. One of those guys that I got to tell you, at any given time, he can win, but you can count on him being up front at every moto. Things starting to space out just a little bit. Let's see, that might be the 423. We got a bunch of fours out there, bud.
Yeah, 429, 423. And we're just doing this as a big, giant eyesight test for Megawatt Matt Watson in here. And we're waiting on a results board to come through, and we'll tell you exactly. Like I said, I think it was Justin Smith on the 333 able to get to the front. Oh, we got a battle here. Well, Pedoni's doing everything he can to get that spot back. Eric Parham, this is their battle for the lead. So Parham taking it away on that 613 Kawasaki. He busted through. Look at the old school chest protector there on Parham.
Absolutely.
And he needs it. If you're going to take on
you ride like that,
Pedoni security, and throw him some elbows, you need all the protection.
Absolutely. You're going to go to the fight, you better be prepared.
That is the most Daytona flagger ever. I love it. Right?
Yeah.
Running the classic good wrench look. That's the way we do it down here at Daytona, doing it for Dale.
There's a 3 on there. You know it.
So now Parham on the 613 into lap traffic. The Kawasaki man in the lead. Pedoni going to try to get him back from second as they get into lap traffic.
I got to tell you, it works two ways with those lappers, really. You either get through as the first guy with no problem, and then they start looking, or you run into issues. But Parham, man, he just sliced right through them, just passed them where they were, no problem.
Yeah, didn't slow them up at all.
Not a bit.
Justin Smith, he was making moves, but that was actually to get into third. And then it's going to be Matt Powers, Steve Nagy, Richard Hoy, Paul Sparks, Nate Ingram, Michael Myers. Seriously? Michael Myers. And Wayne Harrison rounding out the top 10.
Nate Ingram working for us this weekend, the sheriff.
Really?
Also the Pastor Nate Ingram, Moto Ministries. Sure enough, look at him inside the top 10 right there, looking good. Now this guy's got a sense of humor, Jason. On his front number plate, now he's a cop, on his front number plate, the 50, Renner sends him a 5 made of bacon and a 0.
No way.
So, yeah.
Does this really happen?
Yes, absolutely. That's what kind of sense of humor Nate's got. Let me tell you something. He's taking great care of the flaggers, the parkers all weekend. The guy's committed. He works Minios and stuff. So shout out to Nate Ingram.
And pastor.
Absolutely. And
nice.
Yeah, the faster pastor who carries a Glock. So
yeah, unfortunately Renner is now behind bars. So that was hilarious. But
yeah,
pay the price.
Exactly.
White flag is out for Eric Parham on the 613. Pulling away with the lead from Tony Pedoni in the number 2 spot. Justin Smith still in third.
I got to tell you, man, I am super impressed with the conditions out there today. The amount of racing this track has seen. Okay, Jason, this soil, whether we reconfigured it or not, this soil was raced on Saturday night. Okay,
yeah,
all right.
It's the same real estate.
Exactly. And the ability for these guys to shape it, condition it, and allow it to hold up like it had, it's just incredible, dude.
Yeah, and they were really chasing it because they thought we were going to get all this rain, and it never actually happened. So it makes it a lot harder to manage a track when you're expecting one thing and you get the other.
Yeah, it's just about noon on Tuesday, and this thing is immaculate. It's perfect for the classes that we're about to see and the rest of the day.
Yeah, just rough enough, just tough enough.
Yes.
Got some jumps, but while the layout might look like what we had on Saturday night, everything has been tamed down. So when you get a 40 BC class, and these are guys that work for a living, it's relatively safe for them. It's not exactly the same as what Webb and Roxon and Tomac were dealing with. And it's good enough for this man, Eric Parham, coming all the way down from Illinois and making it worth his while. He wins a championship in 40 BC.
You notice it didn't even look like Parham was working once he made the pass.
No, man.
You know, he came up very calm, casually, you know, and once